Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You are tuned in to the Euroleague, broadcasting live from Bellahøj Swim Stadium in Copenhagen. We are about to set off on the third match of the day here in the qualifying round. And the teams that are competing are Krefeld and Tudserne. Krefeld is in blue and wearing number 3, Christian Jacobs. Number 4, Paul Werner. Number 5, Sasha Bogish. Number 7, Martin Meskis. Number 8, Yannick Graf. Number 10, Kehan Bebahani. Number 12, Philip Kreisig. Number 14, Carl Wilhelm Holde. Number 57, Jan Kinderman. Number 77, Manuel Gassner. Number 91, Nicholas Onkelbach. At number 96, Maximilian Caton. And on the reserve bench, Lucas Veltens. On the other side of the pool, in white, for Tudserne, number 1, Lau Støvring Schutz. Number 2, Lars Nørgaard Greve. Number 3, Jonas Agerskov Hoff. Number 4, Bjørn Bøttem Andersen. Number 5, Martin Rønn Sørensen. Number 6, Jørn Hansen. Number 7, Andreas Shergård Wieland. Number 9, Jakob Nettegård. Number 10, Henrik Baby Nielsen. Number 13, Sven Erik Andersen. Number 14, Mats Jakobsen. Number 15, Jonas Punch Poulsen. And in reserve for Tudserne, number 8, Mats Saunte, number 11, Anders Hartmann Rasmussen, and number 12, Søren Juhl Brun.
Am I out here?
Okay. In this match, the referees are on the surface. The deck referee, Tommy Jepsen, And in the water, Sten-Åke Sundqvist and Rafael Tito de Moras. So I'm joined here in the booth in Bellahøj Swim Stadium with Mikkel Krag.
Yep.
Danish national team men's coach, and played underwater rugby for many years, and have been national coach now for a year, roughly.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Yep.
So this is very important for Denmark to get a second team into the Euroleague. And will Tudserne be able to accomplish this? I think there's a pretty good chance of it.
Yeah,
but
I hope so. No, it is. It's a very important thing to get the second team in, so we have a bunch of players playing in the best league.
Yes. And Tudserne is not really the regular Tudserne. They are strengthened by players from all over Denmark, which now has become the way the Euroleague has gone. And some people at first felt, no, we have to only have our club. But that just proved to be unrealistic because for two reasons. One, players didn't always have money to come, or they were sick, or for whatever reason they were lost. And to find someone who's reaching this level at the EuroLeague, which is maybe at some points it's higher or as good as World Championship play,
yep.
And at other times it's quite a bit lower,
yep.
Depending.
Yep.
So people, if you brought your A team, and you got a few A team players extra,
yep.
It made a big difference. Yeah.
No, I think we all want to see the best
yes.
rugby, and it's the same in football that teams are mixed by players outside that city. So I don't think it's different here. You want to see the best rugby in the best league.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And here I think we have 7 or 8 national players on this team from Tudserne. So
yes.
it's a strong team, and I actually expect a very good game. It's a little final now, I will say, since they both won the first match, right?
Right.
So that's going to be exciting. The winner of this game is pretty close to going through, I would say.
Yes. And we saw the first match with Krefeld. They have very good discipline in ball handling, and they're mature players. It seemed that they had calm. The German teams don't usually act panicky when they play.
Nope.
I have not seen that.
They're pretty good to hold the ball and keep the ball around the basket. I don't think Egersund did a good job actually to try to get the ball, so that probably will be a little different this game, and I think that will be decision making on how the game come out, how good Tudserne is to get the ball from Krefeld in when they are doing these long attacks. So if there's a break much faster, then it will change the game.
Yeah.
I think
we're about to start now. So, to me, one of the interesting things in terms of the level is that the top German teams, they have a different style of play than the Scandinavian teams, different than Norway, different than Sweden, and rugby needed this regular meeting of the best
yep.
German teams and Scandinavian, Norwegian.
Always good
Turkish.
to see different types of playing, I think, and interesting to play against it.
And Tudserne has the ball. They're over on the safe side in the corner and holding on to the ball rather easily.
It's a good start for Tudserne, getting the ball and get into the game. It's important.
Also, one adjustment, it's easier for good players to make, but when you are a pretty good player and you're used to not losing the ball, when you play against decidedly better players, suddenly it's not so certain that you could just hold on to the ball easily. You have to adjust your play
yep.
to be more careful. So, holding.
Blue free throw.
So,
holding.
Krefeld gets the ball.
Free throw.
But you could see that Tudserne try to meet them on their own field, so it's much harder for them to get into
the match, yes.
Into the attack.
And this gives you an opportunity as a coach to look at this German style more, the the way they pass backwards and operate around the basket. Have you seen enough of it for your own?
We saw it in the European Championship, and I don't think a club team and the national team is completely the same.
No.
But of course, there's some tendencies in different countries to play in a certain way. Germany certainly have a slightly different way than the Scandinavian teams, but
Ville backing up, swimming backwards, and then pass up. Now he was very confident he would hold on to the ball there, wasn't he? He didn't phase him a bit to be forechecked, and the Tudserne player left and let him go forward. They floated up to the surface now, and there's a scrum. Is a scrum good or bad for either of these teams now, do you think?
it's too early to say, I think. I think what is happening now is that Krefeld has the ball control, and it's going to be interesting to see how fast Tudserne can get it back.
I noticed that in general, German players like to go in by the goal and then spin a 360 to shake off the forwards.
Yep.
Tudserne caught him blind.
So this is a difference, as I see it, from the first game where Egersund didn't really manage to get the ball from Krefeld, but they are struggling hard to get it back.
They stopped the forward progress rather quickly. The ball batted away. Tudserne picks it up off the bottom and heading over to Krefeld, still off the ball.
So Lars is on the left side now. No, it's not.
Ball drops down to the bottom, recovered by Tudserne. Now, the possession is now clearly switched over to Tudserne.
So you have Lars under the basket
Yes,
now.
waiting.
He's strong these days. Really good.
Oh.
Really fit. Yeah.
Nice. They managed to bat the ball down and keep possession.
Yep. It's important to keep position because sometimes the attack number 3 or 4 is a better chance than the first two.
Yes.
See,
Here.
this one, that's a big chance. That was Sven Erik Andersen.
Krefeld's not been able to hold position under the basket. I think that's not good for them.
No, and that might be even more in the end of the game or end of each half where you lag a little air. We're still early in the game, 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go of this first half.
Well, I like what I see from Tudserne in that they have turned things around now, and they are controlling the game.
Yep.
So
They are playing the ball around like the Germans actually like to do, and then they are looking for the right chance to go in and come in with maybe 2 or 3 people, 2 people here,
and they're underneath.
filling up with more and more on the left side. They just need to be patient, then the chances will come for Tudserne, I think. Krefeld, of course, is looking for a breakaway and a contra.
And Tudserne up on the right side here on the surface, playing in the corner. Now they're making a move, but the defense was in place. Nice that they managed to keep this attack going. Actually, Keaton tied him up there. And he's even jerking the ball loose. No, it's Tudserne got it. Up into the corner.
Krefeld has the ball. That's a good pass.
Very good. They managed to get the pass off and go over. But they were slowed down there so that Tudsarne's defense was in place. Nicholas Onkelbach, he's a big guy and not easy to take the ball away from him. Oh, no, pass over to the other side. Tied up. Nice progression there to maintain the attack. But Tudserne gets the players in place. The goalie didn't see the ball at first. It was bouncing on his chest. And it's going to
free throw for Krefeld.
Attack on the mask.
Blue free throw. Attacking equipment.
Krefeld's
timeout wide. Timeout wide.
What do you think they're going to be saying here in this timeout?
Timeout wide.
Difficult to say. I think they might want to have a little more of the attack on the top of the basket. They were coming in a little by themselves, Krefeld, and working on the goalie. I think that's a dangerous area to have an attacker in, because he can also play the ball down. So you want to have one of your own attackers on him. And there was 2 situations here, I think, where they were working on the goalie from the top.
From above, yes. Yeah, like in Sweden, the police or Malmö is not really to come in from the top. They like to come in on the bottom 3 players. But some teams, some clubs like to come in from all angles. It depends.
Yep. It's also a little player dependent, right?
Yes.
But it's a good game, and very equal, I would say.
Everybody got their jerseys on time, so we have the Euroleague TV standard of. I asked the teams before, did they have them, and they didn't know yesterday.
Blue free throw.
No, that's great. It's good for the television as well. Much easier to see what number a player has.
So today, there's only 1 day of action. An ordinary EuroLeague weekend is 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. But because this is the qualifying round, we only have today, Saturday, 8 games, and it's over. So it's
6 games.
6 games, that's right. Round robin of 4 teams. So it's a more relaxed schedule.
Still 3 games in a day for the team. So for the team, it's a tough Saturday, I think.
Well, ball going back and forth between both teams, and Tudserne behind the back pass, and he's tied up. And then Krefeld takes it, Martin Meskis, and he gets a pass down to Sasha Bogish. Referee holds the action. The call will be I didn't see a signal there from the referee, but
referee ball.
Referee ball, okay. So neither team called for any infraction. Tommy Jepsen, the referee, just dropped it right by his feet. Krefeld has the ball, but there are 2 Tudserne players on him. It floats loose. Krefeld picks it up. Swimming over. He's got a teammate coming in behind. It's a long pass. He manages to get it down, but there are forward progress is stopped. Now they're going up above the goalie. So this is what you were talking about, coming in from above. You think Krefeld is conscious of this? It's a strategy, tactic.
At this situation, they had a player on the right side of the basket. I think they were working hard to get it over to him. He was actually in a very good position, but fortunately for Tudserne, they got in between.
Jan Kinderman keeps the ball there. It's bounced around. Tudserne comes up with it, up to the surface, looking for the pass to go forward.
Very good play by Krefeld here, where they try to get the ball fast back.
Break by Tudserne. Maybe this is one of the key things about a team that's played together a lot, and that is that they know when they're all supposed to go together after they take the ball. Now we can go, or who's going to stay behind. These roles are more clearly defined with a team that's used to playing together.
Definitely. So Tudserne has a good position under the basket now.
Yes.
Let's
But they're
see who
driven
goes.
out hard.
It's
Krefeld's good forechecking.
Henrik is still there.
Yes, Henrik
Bebe.
Bebe Nielsen, who played for Beta before.
Yep.
And how he's moved back to his home country.
See again.
Carl Willy Herbel. Now they come in. He takes a kick to the upper body, but holds on to the ball. But now they've lost it. Tudserne struggling to clear the zone. They're fighting for every meter that they get.
Yeah.
And now they've got
Ooh.
one-on-one. And he's got...
It's
he
goal.
scored. Tudserne has scored. Who was it?
I think it was Martin.
Goal wide. Goal wide.
Number 2, it's Lars.
Was it
Oh, he was the
Greve?
assist. The assist from Lars. I think it was number 5, wasn't it? It's a little difficult to see the numbers on the jersey of.
We'll take another look here.
I think Lars do the assist here,
Two.
and I think it's number
Assist 2.
5. But let's see.
Assist 2.
5.
It's number 5. It's
Yes.
Martin. Yep.
Number
Yeah.
5.
So it's Martin Rønn Sørensen has scored on a pass from Lars Greve.
Yes.
So this will be a little bit of a mini shock for Krefeld, because now they're down a goal, and Tudserne has been quite effective in stopping them. They have to feel that they have to raise their game in order to score now. It's not a matter of having done everything right and just being unlucky. They're in a tough match.
Yep. It means that Krefeld has to open up a little bit more.
Take more risks.
Yep. I think it's important for Tudserne that they keep it 1-0 for the next few minutes. That's very important, that they can get through the next minutes and then just work from there.
This is a great feeling for the team sometimes when you score a goal. Everybody feels...
There can be a few minutes where there is an extra risk because you are quite happy about yourself,
Yes.
but not focusing on what you should do. So, but this is great for Tudserne where they are right now, because there's no big risk here.
They're over on the strong side in the corner, holding on to the ball.
Taking a little tempo out of it.
And it was an unwary ball handling mistake there that led to a scrum. But is that Jonas? Who was it who had the ball?
It was Andreas Wieland that lost
okay.
the ball.
Yeah. But Krefeld's not getting out easily.
It was like it was coming out of nowhere, so probably maybe came from the bench, the person that took it. It was
could be the exchange bench.
Yeah.
you expect your players to swim straight into action underwater and to see these opportunities immediately. They shouldn't
Wide
come
free
in and
pull.
surface. They should go straight
Illegal
into the
touch of
action.
head in
At
the
this
service.
level, they should go
Yeah.
down to the game. Yeah.
Use the momentum that they have from the dive to,
Yep.
to work for the team, not to be wasted, losing that speed.
No, definitely.
So free throw in favor of Tudserne. And the Krefeld players put his hands out and sort of bothered it's psychological. So this is experience also that these players, they have some psychological games. They're not weak mentally.
It's a very equal game. Maybe a little upper hand for Tudserne. Also 1 goal ahead, but still very equal. One minute to go.
Here in the first half. So
1 minute.
the Danish
1 minute.
Danish fans here. Into the corner.
Tudserne wants to take the 1 lead to the halftime now.
And it's only a half minute left, but they should, if they just tie the ball up here, Manuel Gassner coming out,
Yeah.
and he's passing down. It's a long pass, picked off, holding. Well, it was a good time to hold.
It seems like a good time.
Blue
Actually,
free throw.
surprising that there was only 1 from Tudserne home.
Yeah. I know the referees will not give a penalty shot in such a situation, but at a certain point, that kind of holding was just I don't say it was a sure goal here, but it was dangerous.
It was dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they have the opportunity maybe to give 2 minutes if it's on sportsmanship.
Well, I don't know if unsportsmanlike is the right idea. It's simply that if you take that gamble, you should pay for it because the other team had a real threat. So here we are, halftime.
It was a professional
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1-0 to Tudserne.
It's a good match,
It is.
high level play, and
What?
I think both teams have some nerves, but Krefeld is now more nervous where they're down 1-0, and they're looking for. They need more possession. They're not able to dominate in possession, and that's not what they expect. Of course, at the top level, if they're playing Malsch or Bamberg, they have to fight to keep up the ball also. But other than that, they probably in their ordinary play in Germany, they dominate. So yeah, I would guess they're one of the top teams.
Yeah. I think they were 3rd
Yes.
last year or this summer in Germany.
Yeah. Highlights are coming, so we'll resume the commentary in a couple minutes. Okay, we're rejoining you here. Davro Tien and Mika Krag is the guest commentator here. We are getting ready for the second half of the match between Tudserne and Krefeld. And
White team ready? Blue team ready?
1 minute left before they go for the ball. Face off. Tudserne is there first. Which makes you happy to see.
Yeah. One thing is to come first.
To hold
Another
on.
thing is to hold on to it.
Yeah.
But they managed to do it.
But there are little tricks also too that some teams, somebody swims there to get there first and then flick the ball up
Yep.
to a teammate who's coming in above them.
Yep.
So Tudserne is starting the second half the right way here by gaining possession, and a 1-0 win they'll be perfectly happy with that, I think.
Yep.
If they go in and tie up.
So you have Jørgen Hansen on the right side.
Yes.
He's going out again. Helping. Keeping the ball instead. Andreas Wieland is bringing the ball in. Nope,
Yeah,
it's a
now
breakaway.
2-on-1. It's Gassner, I think it was, or who was it? No, it was the Yannick Graf. 10.
It's a big chance. Number 10. The goalie
But
has it.
instead they lose it. So that was good for Krefeld there, that they had an attacking opportunity. They made use of it was wise of him maybe not to have gone in by himself 2-on-1. He held on to the ball. They had some
Yep, the
kind of
chance
attack.
became bigger and
Yeah.
it was a good chance.
But now it's back over with Tudserne attacking Krefeld, and they've lost position under the basket, which is not good. And he's spinning around, but he's tied up there by a smaller player. So I think that was is Gassner there, 77. He's a tough player. He's
He's one of the two players from Krefeld that was in the European Championship. Number 7 and number 77.
yes, Meskis and
Gassner.
Gassner.
Yep. As what I've heard, it's a young team, Krefeld, and
There's a neck hold
Have
there,
the-
but it's not called by the referee. I think that's questionable. He actually had his hands locked around his neck. He wasn't squeezing his throat or anything, but it was for sure could be called. Now,
three
He dumps
players
it
coming
down,
in. Yeah, it's a
and
good chance.
even though it went into the back's hands, the Krefeld players were there along with the ball, so they end up going to the surface. They hold on. He gets the ball over to Martin Meskis and then back again.
It's a good period for Krefeld right now.
Yeah, they're showing
Coming in with a number of people.
Christian Jakobsen there. Martin Meskis from above. The other thing about watching the Euroleague as a commentator, I watch game after game after game. So some players stand out that after a while you say, that's a player who's going to make a lot of trouble. So there's people like Wieland and Martin Meskis, they make the game more exciting because they add this element that, what's this guy going to suddenly do? And I met them having a pizza yesterday. They were talking over getting ready. Oh, they get the Tudserne goalie off. There's no goalie there.
It's coming now. Yeah. Oh, it's a
Kra-
very
Kra-
good period they have, and it's also a 2-3 minutes now they have been in ball position, building up.
They disturbed the defense, but it should stabilize by now. Gassner turns it over to Meskis. He goes up to the surface, looking around, holding. Nobody's challenging him. He passes back to Meskis. Meskis goes down, working on the bottom. Now the ball's drifting up.
I think Tudserne got it.
Holding.
Holding. Wide free throw. Holding. Wide free throw.
Oh, Tudserne, he's got a Gassner's on him now, so number 13, who was it from Tudserne?
That's Sven Erik Andersen.
Yes. Now in from the bottom.
Andreas Wieland taking it in. This is Jan Hansen, I guess.
Nice. He saw the opportunity and executed it perfectly there. Stealing the ball away, giving Tudserne new possession. And now there are about 8.5 minutes left in the game. And Tudserne is coming in to Krefeld again. So this is good for Tudserne that they are eating up the clock and also threatening to score again. They've got the goalie off, and oh, he doesn't see. They had an opportunity there, but the back was looking back to the goal. Didn't see that the ball bounced right next to him. Tudserne, very good for Tudserne here, don't you think?
Yes, it's a good period, a good chance they have here. They have been having the ball now for 1 minute.
And they've disturbed the
And getting it.
Krefeld goal quite a bit.
Let's see if they get it back up here. That's very important. If they can get it here, then they can continue
Standing
the
on the
attack.
ledge, but not called by the referee.
So they got it. So it's very difficult for Krefeld to get out of the defense zone now. Let's see if this guy managed to do it. It's a good
Niklas
Good pass.
Onkelbach.
Yeah. When they get over here, they kind of lock the defender and the goalie, right?
Oh,
So
he just threw it away there. How do you explain this? Players at this level just handing the ball to the other team. That's a sign that they are they're stressed,
probably, yeah.
tired.
Mistakes happen, right?
Yeah.
That's where you win the game.
One less mistake than the other team. Yeah. But Krefeld takes the ball back again, fighting in the corner, but he doesn't have a pass. Was it Hansen who took the ball?
I don't know.
Anyway, Martin Meskis is chasing. He goes from one player to another.
Yeah, that looks good, but they have difficulties to get out of the defending zone now, Krefeld, and that will be a problem.
6 minutes roughly remaining. The game clock and your screen clock may not be aligned. We don't have a real game clock here. And now it's a chance for Tudserne. He can't make the pass though. They drift up again in a new scrum. Now coming in from above. Oh, he decided not to go in himself. Maybe he didn't have any air left. chased down. Is holding. Will be called against Tudserne.
Free throw.
Krefeld needs this now. They need this possession.
If they're clever, they want to take a little longer attack now.
Yes. They should
Blue
call a timeout
free
here,
throw.
really, shouldn't they? No?
Not sure. It's a matter of how much air they feel they have on the team.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that that it's so hard to do a defense
No.
where you have the bench very close to you. Sometimes
No,
that's
I'm talking
actually
about
easy.
Krefeld, that they could have used this to set up something. With
Yep,
this,
from a
with
tactical point of view, yeah,
free
maybe.
throw, yeah.
Maybe they have something planned.
I didn't think that Tudserne was in a bad situation from this, no. Now they're coming in. Tudserne seems to be better at setting up screens than Krefeld in this game in total.
Number 3.
Back up into the corner, tied up. Oh, now is a break by Tudserne. Is it Hansen?
Lars Greve.
Lars Greve. And he dumps the ball over. Nobody
Well,
sees
no.
it.
There should have been one on the other side. That would have been.
It was a reasonable
big
play by
chance.
him. He had attracted 2 people. They didn't see the ball. He dumped the ball, but nobody came.
Yeah.
So you're not going to yell at him as a
No.
coach. No.
There should be someone on the other side coming with him. But Lars is a fast swimmer.
Yeah.
That might be the issue here. That somebody has to catch up with him to get to the other side.
I have a funny story about Lars. He went to Stockholm before the European Championships, and he wanted to train. And there was no underwater rugby being played. And my daughter, who plays underwater rugby, she's with, fast break here.
Yeah.
And
That's
Krefeld has a good chance.
4 players.
They're pushing. So Lars said, well, Davro, can you set me up to get a workout? He wanted to stay in tune.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said to my daughter, Wilma, can't you take him to swim practice? Because she's doing master swimming to be in shape for the European Championships. And you know how it is with parents. So she thought, oh my gosh, is Dad going to embarrass me by sending some old underwater rugby guy, So, and then afterwards she said to me, Dad, he was really good. He was fast. He did all the swimming. And he was very polite, made all the Swedish people like him. And then Lars told me later on, I'm married to Swedish women. I know how to talk with Swedish people. So
That's a good story.
and then later on, woman said, Dad, I didn't know he's the captain of the Danish national team. So Dad didn't turn out to be so embarrassing after all. So
No.
okay, Tudserne coming over. Underneath, they have a good position. He stayed down there. And they're the 2 of them together. That's number 11.
That's Anders. He was put into the game in the half.
Okay. Anders Hartmann Rasmussen.
Yep.
He's not related to Mika Rasmussen. No.
No.
It's just a common Danish name.
Two minutes left, so it's of course important to score the second goal, but
Gassner coming out hard, swims up to the surface, and a pass back down. They hold on to the ball here. They've got an attack going with less than 2 minutes left in the game. It looks like Tudserne is going to come away with a 1-0 victory, but these guys in Krefeld, they're capable of scoring in the last 30 seconds. I know they can do that if they have an opportunity. And they're making trouble by the basket. They're coming in. But now tied up. sending in a second wave. And they're pushed back now with about 1 minute left in the game. They have time for maybe one more good attack or two at max.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, now the official game clock says 1 minute. And Tudserne has tied it up. That should be the end here. What do you think, Mikael?
I think the Tudserne now is focusing on
Holding the ball.
they don't have the ball, but they would like to have it, and focusing on a good defense to take a 1-0.
But they've got players down by the basket from Krefeld, but the time is ticking out. Krefeld, they tied up in the scrum again, but
Yeah, they seem tired.
they
4 or
come
5
out.
players.
Now is an opportunity. 16 seconds. It's now or never.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that the players can't know that there's
They
only
can see the clock when they are up
yes, but
breathing.
now it's over.
Yeah.
So a victory by Tudserne.
Yeah, that probably means that both teams will be Tudserne will be 1 and Krefeld 2.
2
Even though
likely, yeah,
even though of course something can happen in the last 2 games.
possible. And I think both teams should be pretty happy. One thing to keep in mind here is that Tudserne had a little bit of a home advantage playing it. They didn't have to make a super long trip.
We actually practiced with the national team last week,
Yes.
where this team was on one side and the rest of the national
Flipper
players,
at
Flipper plus the rest was on the other side, and then
Okay.
we allowed them to play a lot of games, playing themselves together.
That must have been pretty fun.
That
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of good games, and this is a good team. They will do well in the main tournament.
Yes. In the league.
When and if they reach it.
Yes.
But they are close now with 4 points.
Yes. And Krefeld played a pretty respectable game, I think, but they lacked. They didn't have a way back in against the weight of Tudserne.
No. They were well structured.
Okay, we'll take a break here.